بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. أما بعد، أبنائي وبناتي طلبة وطالبات الصف الأول الثانوي مدارس اللغات، نبدأ بإذن الله عز وجل اليوم في مادة الجبرا lesson sign of a function. هنتكلم عن ال constant function وال linear function and quadratic function. Constant function, the general form of a constant function, f of x equal c. c is a constant. c belongs to R. R is the set of all real numbers. C may be 0, may be positive, may be negative. If C greater than 0, then the sign of f of x of f is positive. If C less than 0, يبقى the sign of f negative. Example, determine the sign of each of the following. F of x equal 5. F of x equal 5, it means f of 1 equal 5. F of 0, 5. F of 2, 5. F of negative 2, 5. F of negative 100, 5. This function is constant function. The value of f is positive. Then f of x is positive for all x belong to R. F of x equal negative root 3. It means f of 0 equal negative root 3. F of 1 negative root 3. F of minus of negative 5 negative root 3, and so on. The sign of f of x is negative for all x belong to R. F of x equal 2 if x greater than or equal 1. F of x equal negative 1 if x less than 1. F of x equal 2 if x greater than or equal 1. Negative 1 if x less than 1. It means f of 1 equal 2, f of 2 equal 2, f of 3 equal 2. F of any element greater than or equal 1 equal 2 positive. F is positive if x greater than or equal 1, x belong to 1 and infinity. F of x equal negative 1 if x less than 1. If x equal 0, f of 0 equal negative 1. F of negative 1 equal negative 1. F of negative 2 equal negative 2. Then f is negative if x less than 1, if x belong to negative infinity and 1. 2. Linear function. The general form of linear function, f of x equal ax plus b. X belong to R. A and B belong to R, and A not 0. A and B belong to R. R is the set of all real numbers. A not 0. It represented it as a straight line intersected x-axis at a point. A may be positive, may be negative. If A greater than 0 يعني A is positive, AX plus B can represent it as a straight line make acute angle with x-axis, x-axis, y-axis, x, y. The straight line AX plus B. X1 is the point of intersection with x-axis. AX plus B makes an acute angle with the positive direction of x-axis. F of x1 equals 0. F of x1 equals 0. x1 point on x-axis, y equals 0. If x on the right of x-axis, f of x is positive. يبقى f is positive if x greater than x1, x belong to x1 and infinity. If x on the left of x1, f of x negative. يبقى if x less than x1, f is negative. X belong to negative infinity and x1. If A less than 0, the function ax plus b can represented as a straight line makes obtuse angle with the opposite direction of x-axis. X-axis, y-axis, the straight line ax plus b, ax plus b. x1 is the point of intersection with x-axis. F of x1 equal 0. If x on the right of x1, f of x is negative. If x on the left of x1, f of x is positive. But f is negative if x greater than x1, and if x belong to x1 and infinity. F is positive if x less than x1, x belong to negative infinity and x1. Question. Determine the sign of each of the following. F of x equal x minus 2. F of x equal x minus 2. Linear function, polynomial of degree 1. The first step, we put f of x equal 0. X minus 2 equal 0. X equal 2. Then x equal 2. X equal to the point of intersection with x-axis. We can draw the number line, negative infinity into infinity, and x, f of x. When x equal 2, f of x equal 0. We put f of x equal 0, then x equal 2. F of 2 equal 0. When x equal 2, f of x equal 0. The coefficient of x, or the factor of x, is 1. The factor of x is 1. 1x. 1 is a positive. Then the factor of x is positive. On the right of 2, positive. On the left, negative. Factor of x, positive. Then on the right of 2, positive. On the left, negative. F of x equal 0. If x equal 2, f of x positive if x belong to 2 and infinity. F is negative if x belong to negative infinity and 2. Determine the sign of each of the following. F of x equal 3 minus 2x. F of x equal 3 minus 2x. The first step, we put f of x equal 0. 3 minus 2x equal 0. Then x equal 3 over 2. If x equal 3 over 2, f of 3 over 2 equal 0. We can draw the number line minus infinity into infinity, x, f of x. If x equal 3 over 2, f of x equal 0. Factor of x minus 2, negative 2. Factor of x, negative 2. Factor of x, negative. Then on the right of 3 over 2, negative. On the left of 3 over 2, positive. F of x equal 0 if x equal 3 over 2. F of x negative if x belong to 3 over 2 and infinity. F is positive if x belong to negative infinity and 3 over 2. Three, quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. The general form of quadratic equation, f of x equal ax squared plus bx plus c. A is not 0. The general form of f of x, ax squared plus bx plus c, can be represented as a curve. This curve open to up if a greater than 0. If a greater than 0. This function represented as a curve open to up if b squared minus 4ac greater than 0, in this case, the curve intersects x-axis at 2 points, x1 and x2. A greater than z 0, then the curve open to up. If b square minus 4ac greater than 0, then the curve intersects x-axis at 2 points, x1 and x2. If x on the right of x2, the function f of x positive. If x less than x1, then the sign of f of x positive. If x between x1 and x2, the sign is negative. If b square minus 4ac equals 0, then the curve intersects x-axis at 1 point, as this. Excellent. There is 1 point of intersection with the curve and the x-axis. If x greater than or on the right of x1, then f of x is positive. If x less than x1 or on the left of x1, then f of x is positive. F of x1 0. F of x is positive as if x belongs to R minus difference the set which contains x1 only. If b square minus 4ac less than that 0, then the curve is not intersect x-axis. F of x is positive for all x belong to R. Example. Determine the sign of each of the following. F of x equal x squared minus 5x plus 6. F of x equal x squared minus 5x plus 6. The first step, we put f of x equal 0 to get the points of intersection with x-axis. X squared minus 5x plus 6 equal 0. Two brackets, x squared x by x. we must get two numbers. The product is 6 with the sum is 5. 2 and 3. Negative and negative equal 0. X equal 2, x equal 3. We can draw the number line. Negative infinity, infinity, x, f of x. If x equal 2, f of x equal 0. If x equal 3, f of x equal 0. If x on the right of 3, then f of x positive. If x on the left of 2, then f of x is positive. If x between 2 and 3, f of x is negative. Because factor of f of x is positive. If the factor of f of x is positive, then on the right of 3, positive. On the left of 2, positive. between 2 and 3 negative, because the factor of x squared is 1 positive. If the factor of x squared positive, on the right of 3 positive, on the left of 2 positive, between 2 and 3 negative. F of x equals 0 if x belongs to the set which contains the two elements only 2 and 3. F of x positive if x belongs to from negative infinity to 2, negative infinity to 2, union from 3 to infinity, 3 and infinity. F of x negative if x belongs to the open interval 2 and 3. Determine the sign of each of the following. F of x equal x squared plus 10x plus 25. F of x equal x squared plus 10x plus 25. The first step, we put f of x equal 0 to get the points of intersection with x-axis. X squared plus 10x plus 25 equal 0. X plus 5 all square equal 0. X equal negative 5. We can draw the number line. Negative infinity to infinity. X, f of x. If x equal negative 5, f of x equal 0. The factor of x squared is 1 positive. Then on the right of negative 5 positive, on the left of negative 5 positive. F of x equal f of x equal 0 if x equal negative 5. F is positive if x belong to R difference set which contains negative 5. Example.